Recruiters and hiring managers ask hard questions in the interview process to stump you on purpose. I've been in recruitment for 15 years, and in today's video, I'm gonna give you 3 challenging interview questions and answers, so that when you're asked these questions in your next interview, you don't get stumped, you nail it. Let's go. Now the first question, and it's a common one, people ask it all the time, why are you looking to leave your job? This is a common question, and it's a challenge because most of the time when you're looking to leave your job, it's because of something negative. But if you say something negative in the interview, you probably know it's not going to bode well for you. It doesn't help you. Nobody says, hey, this person talked really negatively about their past employer. I think we should hire them. Most of the time, that's going to hurt you. So in this circumstance, what you really need to focus on is not what you're leaving, but what you're going towards. So make it about what the new company, the new opportunity might offer you. Make it about how you want to expand your career, your skill set, move into a different area, etc. But leave out any negativity about former employer, team, company. Now, a good way to answer this might sound something like this. Hey, that's a really good question. And to be honest, I'm not actively looking to leave my organization. I actually really like where I'm at. I've got a great boss, a great team. However, one of the things that I want to do more in my career is blank. In my current company, I don't have the opportunity to do that. So right now, I'm actively seeking a new opportunity in which I'm able to do A, B, and C, and to continue to develop and grow as a professional. Something like that. No negativity about my past place of employment. In fact, I was complimentary, which helps you retain leverage as a candidate because you're not looking to leave somewhere, you're happy, so they need to give you a better offer. But I also talked about where I'm looking to grow and develop, very future focused. It's a great way to answer this question. The next question is, tell me about a time you missed a deadline. And this is a challenging question because it's complicated and answering it might make you look like a person who is irresponsible. So a few things. When you're answering this question, it's a behavioral interview question because it starts with, tell me about a time when. When that's the situation, you want to use the STAR technique, that situation, task, action, result. It's a framework to help you answer this question. It just basically gives you a framework on what to say, so you include all relevant details. What was the situation? So like, where were you working? What was your role? Task, what was the task that you were working on? Action, what was the specific thing you were working on doing? And result, what was the result? So you got to walk them through a time where you actively missed a deadline. Some of the other tips is you want this to be authentic. You can't have a fake answer here. You want to talk about something realistic. The deadline you miss can't be too harmful to the team or organization, right? It should be something with relatively small consequences. Sure, you missed a deadline, but it wasn't the end of the world. Another thing I like to tell people is use the first 50% rule. And what that means is use an example. Anytime a negative thing is asked about you and your background from the first 50% of your career. That way you put some time and distance between yourself and the mistake that you made. It was earlier in your career. You don't make mistakes like that anymore. So that's how I would answer this question. Now that's a lot to handle, but those are the basic foundational steps that you need to do if you want to answer this question. So if you can do those things, STAR method, be authentic, not too big of an issue of the thing you missed, and then also make it earlier in your career, you should be able to answer this quite well. Now, this is specific to you because this is a time you made a mistake, so I can't answer it for you. You've got to use a real example from your past, but if you can do those things, you'll do great. The next question is, why should we hire you instead of another candidate? This is a tough question because they're basically asking you, why are you better than the competition? So the key to answering this question is twofold. You want to be positive, you want to smile, you want to be confident without being cocky. All that stuff is kind of a given. But specifically answering this question, you want to do 2 things. Start your answer with laying the foundation of why you were qualified. Briefly explain, oh, that's a really good question. I would say I'm very qualified for this role. I've spent my career doing A, B, and C, and I've gained a lot of experience in C, D, and E, making me a strong fit. The second part of your answer needs to be about your unfair advantage. What do you have from a skill set, education, experience standpoint that most people who will be interviewing for this role do not have? Maybe you speak a second language. Maybe you have an advanced degree. Maybe you worked in a different industry that gives you additional understanding, that gives you an advantage over your competition. Whatever it is, find your unfair advantage, something you have that other people don't, and that's how you want to end this answer. You want to talk a little bit about laying the foundation of being qualified, and secondarily, what do you have that other people who are interviewing for this role likely will not have that makes you a great candidate? And if you can do that, you're going to do great. Now, If you do that, you're going to make it to the final interview. And if you make it to a final interview, I've got a secret for you. They are different than other interviews. It's why I made this video here. This video here teaches you exactly what you need to prepare when you make it to your final interview. So I'm done here. I'll see you over there.